today's operant conditioning. So B.F. Skinner wanted to know what happens as a consequence of the behavior. So instead of looking at the way the environment impacts people or impacts animals, Skinner was interested in how people impact their environment. So how the behavior we make impacts our learning. And so he's interested in the consequences of the consequences and how the consequences impact future behavior. So his basic principles involve reinforcement. Now, reinforcement is the likelihood of a behavior reoccurring. So it increases the likelihood of a behavior reoccurring. So positive reinforcement is something we get as a consequence of our behavior, and it makes this reward makes it more likely that we will engage in this behavior again. And so, say if you brought your wife flowers, and when you brought her flowers, she responded very positively, and you had a great evening, you're more likely in the future to bring her flowers again because of her positive response to your behavior. So her positive behavior positively reinforces your choice to bring her flowers. And so you're more likely to do that again in the future because you want her positive engagement again. Now, negative reinforcement is different than punishment, and people often get these confused. But so all types of reinforcement, positive or negative, will increase the likelihood the behavior occurs again. So negative reinforcement is taking away something adverse or annoying. So it's taking away something the person doesn't want in order to increase their behavior. Now, an example of this can be driving in your car. If you get in your car, you start driving without buckling your seatbelt, that loud, annoying sound comes on telling you to buckle your seatbelt. So if you buckle your seatbelt, away the annoying sound goes. And so in the future, you're more likely to get into your car and buckle your seatbelt before you start driving to avoid that annoying sound. We can apply this in lots of different ways. And another example could be with children. Your children are playing very nicely together before dinner. And you want them to play nicely together more often. And so you tell them, you guys are playing so wonderfully together, I will wash the dishes after dinner. So assuming that your children, one of their chores is washing the dishes, and they don't enjoy it, and you're taking that away from them in order for them to play nicely together in the future. And so you are negatively reinforcing them by taking away something they don't like in order to help them play together in the future. And so we talk about grades, we can talk about positive and negative reinforcement. So when you study to earn a good grade, quote unquote good grade, you're using positive reinforcement. So the grade at the end is reinforcing your study behavior. If you study to avoid failing an exam, you're using negative reinforcement because you're avoiding that negative consequence. And so you're studying, and when you avoid failing, that increases the likelihood that you'll study for the next exam so that you avoid failing again. So you earn that positive grade that you're looking for. So those are examples between positive and negative reinforcement. Another huge component of operant conditioning is punishment, of course. And so punishment can be spankings, fines, jail sentences, firings, failing grades. Anything that's used to control behavior is in the form of a punishment. So by definition, punishment lowers the probability that the response or behavior will occur again. Now, it's not always possible to tell what will work as a punishment. So often people appear to respond to punishment, but the punishment can actually be reinforcing, and so it's defeating the purpose of the punishment. So, for example, if we have a child who's neglected, and they want attention, they're starved for attention, they engage in some negative behavior, their parent notices this negative behavior and yells at them. And to most children who get positive and negative feedback from their parents, this will be a negative engagement. They don't want to be yelled at, therefore they're not going to engage in this negative behavior. However, for the child who's neglected, any engagement is better than no engagement. And so when the parent yells at them, the parent is paying attention to them. Therefore, the child wants that to happen. They want to be engaging with their parents because they need attention. And so their negative behavior actually increases because it gets a response from their parent. So they're actually reinforcing behavior instead of punishing the behavior. So positive punishment is adding something that negative that makes the behavior less likely to occur. So this can be giving a timeout, giving a spanking, giving a lecture, anything that the person is presenting to the other person or animal is positive punishment. Negative punishment is taking something away. So taking away something that's enjoyable. It can be, taking away toys, taking away a cell phone, taking away internet, taking away time with friends. Anything that the person enjoys and you're removing it from them, that's negative punishment. Now, punishment is not as effective as reinforcement. And one issue with it is because it doesn't teach the person how to behave. It just teaches them what not to do. And so, there are ways to make punishment more impactful and more effective. And this depends on timing, consistency, and intensity. So timing really has to be immediate. So if the negative behavior happens, the punishment has to come right after that negative, or as close as possible to that negative behavior. So that, wait till your mom gets home, she's going to deal with this. That type of thing isn't effective because it's too long between when the behavior happens and when you get that punishment. So it needs to be as soon as possible after the behavior occurs. And then it has to be consistent. So every single time the behavior occurs, you have to have punishment to go with it. So if you have a toddler who's jumping on the couch, and every single time they jump on the couch, they have to have a punishment from that. And so, and I know a lot of us with toddlers, the 50th time they're jumping on the couch, it's like, yeah. Right? But the part is that you have to be really consistent about the punishment. And intensity, the punishment has to be severe enough that it deters the behavior. And so those things have to be met for punishment to be effective. And punishment really only temporarily deters the behavior. And so if you do use punishment, you also want to explain why it's not okay to do the behavior, and also what they can do next time instead. Because it teaches them what not to do, but not what to do. So that what to do part is going to be really important in the difference between learning. And being able to not engage in that negative behavior again. They can engage in some positive behavior.